Despite being one of the most well-known superheroes of all time, Superman has drawn criticism from both contemporary comic book and movie fans. Some people think Superman is overpowered, which detracts from the interest in some of his stories. Superman is invulnerable to the majority of things that originated on Earth, so the moniker Man of Steel wasn't given to him for nothing. But after almost 4 full seasons, Superman and Lois effectively resolves that problem by focusing on Superman's true love, Lois Lane, and their children, which clearly splits Superman's priorities in two, but, more significantly, by introducing a novel strategy for making Kal-El somewhat more likable in his valiant struggles. Superman's vulnerability is not limited to kryptonite alone. Now, the world's first superhero faces some unavoidable problems due to an aging human heart. Naturally, the kryptonite that came from Superman's home planet of Krypton was his most notable weakness for many years. Superman's abilities would instantly wane whenever he was near the glowing green rock, giving the advantage to whoever was holding it. Kryptonite was no longer a credible threat to the Man of Steel, but rather a story device after almost a century of Superman tales. Finally, Superman and Lois were able to present a novel situation that would give Superman new problems. Although kryptonite was somewhat addressed in previous arcs, the show's creators knew they needed to add some intrigue to the narrative for the last season. The world has no chance against the giant monster and its captor, Lex Luthor, after Doomsday kills Superman. Fortunately, General Sam Lane, Lois's father, changed his heart by injecting himself with a serum derived from Superman's blood. Lane's heart was transplanted into Superman, reviving the Kryptonian after Doomsday killed him as part of the valiant general's scheme. Although Lane's heart successfully raised Superman from the grave, it also gave Kal-El a sense of mortality. Superman's heart was acting so badly that he was unable to even keep up with his son Jonathan, and he was no longer able to fly as quickly as he once could. Additionally, Superman struggles to perceive danger as he once did, which makes any situation he finds himself in riskier. The addition of an aging human heart to Superman's body creates a persistent weakness that helps to raise the stakes in any situation, even though kryptonite is a reliable fallback weakness. Luthor keeps advancing his creation to the highest level after Lois appears to defeat Doomsday by making reference to the creature's past. At Luthor's disposal, Doomsday is reduced to a murderous machine and loses his past as a devoted husband. The last son of Krypton might not be able to handle a fully realized Doomsday, who is under the control of the dangerous Lex Luthor, since Superman is in a perpetually weak state as a result of his new heart. The entire series did a fantastic job of keeping the Man of Steel on his toes, even though Superman and Lois stacked the odds against him in the final season with a mortal heart and seemingly insurmountable odds. Superman's priorities have abruptly changed in ways that fans have never witnessed in live action since he and Lois's sons, Jordan and Jordan, were added. The two sons' superpowers should have allayed Superman's fears about their welfare, but the addition of the unknowable factor of superpowers to their lives only made matters worse. Despite having a much smaller budget than other superhero media, Superman and Lois will be remembered for celebrating the character's legacy in novel ways as it draws to a close. It will also be praised for adding fresh aspects to the hero's lore, such as the introduction of novel weaknesses that had not been thoroughly examined in live action before. By examining these flaws, Superman and Lois was able to pinpoint the essence of the character, and the outcome was a welcome return to familiar territory. More precisely, a solution for making Superman feel more exposed than ever.